Hi there, welcome to class. Welcome, welcome. I'm Miss Faust. Please make sure that you have paper handy and a pen or pencil. We're going to take some notes today and they are up on the board right here behind me, okay? Yes, indeed. We're going to begin with our next writer, another fascinating writer. Yes, indeed, which means the next essay is coming up just like that. I know you're excited about that. Just think of it this way. Think of it this way. This is a positive. The more you write, the better a writer you become. Just remember that, okay? Practice, practice, as they say, makes perfect. Okay, so let us get started. Let us get started. So we are moving away from Scotland/England with Doyle. Okay, and of course France. Oh, and look at this. We are still in Europe. Okay, but we've moved to Norway. Yes, indeed. Norway. Okay, so our writer is a Norwegian. Okay, her name is, yes, it is a she, is Vigdis Stokkelien. Stokkelien, okay? These are her years, 1934 to 2005. Okay. Everyone got that? Make sure you spell her name correctly. Be sure you do that. As I said, she's a Norwegian. She has done a lot in her life. She was a journalist. She was a writer of short stories, novels, children's literature, and plays. She was born near the sea, so she really had this passion, this love for the water. Okay, she was quite close to her grandparents and her great-grandparents near the water and everything, and just so fascinated with the water. Okay, so later in her life, she actually became a naval officer. Okay, and she even married. Let me make sure I don't get this wrong. She married a husband who was in the merchant marines and the like. So water, and yes, quite often her work does deal with, yes, the sea, the water, experiences that she may have had being in the, in the Navy and all that wonderful stuff. Okay, so just wanted to share that with you. She made her literary debut in 1967 with a short story. Okay, the short story that we're going to read, yes, we're reading a short story, not a novel. The short story we're going to read is from a short story collection that came out in let me make sure I don't get this wrong. Yes, 1973. Okay. And she did receive awards for her work. She was interested in politics. Here we go. Life at sea is a leitmotif. When we're talking about a leitmotif, it is something that is just that keeps popping up. It's quite common to that individual. So yes, life at sea is going to be quite common. Any themes having to do with water, that's what we're talking about. Okay. She does have recurring themes in her works, so that means they pop up often, along with life at sea. But so, in other words, that's not the only thing she writes about, but it is a passion of hers. It is a passion. Okay. When we talk about Doyle, Sherlock Holmes was his passion, at least in the beginning. Okay, the sea is hers. Okay, so we have fear of war, atomic weapons, and ecological disasters are themes that pop up in her work. Okay, any questions about that? No, nothing at all. Let me see if there's anything else about her. No. Yeah, her husband wasn't a merchant. Nope, not. Let me take that back. Not merchant marine. Merchant Navy. In Norway, it's called Merchant Navy. So sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, she was a naval officer. And in her work, she does talk about, as I was saying, about her experience as a naval officer, she also talks about her experiences as a woman. Okay. So I want to make that a little clearer and add that to what we have on her. All right, since there are no questions, we'll move on. Again, make sure you've got notes. Who knows? Stokkelien may pop up down the road again. Along with Guy de Maupassant and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Okay, the story you're going to be reading is a Vietnamese doll. Okay? A Vietnamese doll. Please make sure that you understand that. Please make sure you write that down in your notes. So you've got this information and the title of her story. So that's what we're doing. We're going to be reading the story, A Vietnamese Doll by Vigdis Stokkelien. Okay? Make sure you understand that. Now, I also want to point this out regarding her story. Her story is not one, it's a short one. It's very short. Her story is not one that if you go and Google text of Stokkelien, all that, it'll pop up, all these sources will pop up, and you just go here, and there's the story. It's not one of those. So what I need you to do is to email me, and please include the writer's name. Please include Stokkelien in your email. I may have a number of you more than once, and you might be reading a story in this class, another one in that class. I don't want to get the classes mixed up. So make sure your email has Stokkelien on there, and I will be sending you 4 wonderful pictures of text. Actually, one of them will have a picture. Okay? No, they're not little pictures and all that. One of them, as I said, of text with one, yes, there is a lovely picture. Okay, so 4. That's it. It's a very short story. But I want you to understand, even though it's very short, it does have impact. It is quite powerful. Okay? We'll talk about that in a second. So let me make it clear again. Do me a favor. Email me that you need Stokkelien's story, and I will send you the story. Any questions about that? If you have a question about that, please email me before tomorrow, because you've got to have it today. Okay? Now, I want to point out one other item. Please jot this down. Cross-cultural adoption. This story deals heavily with cross-cultural adoption. Now, what you need to understand is many, many decades ago, when we had wars in Vietnam and the like, Norwegians were quite heavily into adopting little children, quite often babies, that were from Vietnam, for example. Okay, so Norwegians are known, in the past, were known for this, for adopting. So when we talk about cross-cultural adoption, yes, we are talking about a family, a mother and father saying, yeah, we're going to adopt these 2 kids. Okay, quite often we're talking about kids here in the United States, from the United States. Cross-cultural means they're not from the United States. So this story does deal with Norway. After all, she is Norwegian, and usually writers, because that's their strength, write about their country and their home and town, that kind of thing. Okay, so Norwegians would, when we talk about Norwegians adopting, they would go outside of Norway. Same thing with Americans. They would go outside, perhaps, outside of the United States. Yes, there was a time a few decades ago, maybe 20-some years ago, where Americans were really heavily into adopting children from Russia till the Russians stopped it under Putin, I believe, said, that's it. No more Americans are adopting our children. Okay, that's cross-cultural adoption. So Norwegians do the same. They go outside of their country to adopt children. Okay, does that make sense? So you're getting children from a culture that's quite different from your own. Okay, from the United States, it's different from American culture. Norway is going to be different from the Norwegian culture. You're dealing with children perhaps that are from Vietnam, and it's going to be really different. Norwegian, European versus Asian. It's like sometimes it's like okay, so it's cross-cultural adoption can be harder, okay. But that's what this story will be dealing with. Just to give you a little tidbit about that. Okay, if you have any questions about this, let me know. Otherwise, let's come on over here to our assignment. As I already told you, you are to read the story. We already talked about the email. Okay, so I'll be waiting for your email. Stokkelien. And you'll get 4 wonderful pictures of text. Okay. I need you to read, obviously. Please do. Read first. Okay, don't try to answer this by just skimming through. Please read it. I need you to copy these questions down and then answer. Please include the questions. I want to see the questions. Please don't just write the answer. I want to see the question and then the answer. How old is Esther? Now remember, we're talking about Norway. So you might look at the name and go, what? Okay. Why is Goril disappointed by Esther? How does the nurse react to Goril? So make sure you put a pause to the video or however you want to do that. Get these down. And after you read the story, please answer these and send them immediately to me. When you're done, send it to me today, okay? If there are any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll be looking forward to your emails today, okay? And I hope you have a great day. Till next time, bye-bye.